Being the star quarterback at Fossil Ridge High School's football team skyrocketed Max Aiken's popularity. He became quite known, with some even deeming him a local celebrity. But it's something he did that ended up cementing his name in the Hall of Fame of good deeds. What he did was a total surprise and inspiring for the entire student body and to kids everywhere. The Fossil Ridge Sabercats are a massive success and became well known for being winners. Even though they have a clean record, they've had their ups and downs and have lost a few games here and there. But overall, this is one determined team of players that will train hard to beat their opponents no matter what. Most recently, they beat their local rivals from Fort Collins for the very first time in 5 long years in 2016. The whole school had been anticipating that game, as you can imagine, wondering if they'd finally be able to beat their Fort Collins rivals after training so hard. To say that this game was a big deal is an understatement. Max scored 4 touchdowns in the first half, and the crowds were quick to cheer. But it wasn't his incredible track record that made this game memorable in Max's life. Oh no, something else was about to happen. More specifically, during the intermission of the homecoming game. Max wasn't just active in sports, he was also quite known for being a total team player in pretty much any other group that'd take him in. He loved to participate in virtually any and all groups, and he was extremely social. You can tell by looking at his photos that he was one happy social butterfly and loved to cheer for his school sporting teams as well. Everyone loved and respected this kid, so it came as no surprise when everyone nominated him for Homecoming King. Despite being so well liked, attractive, popular, and the star of his school sports team, Max Aiken's got a softer side according to his friends. He's your typical, normal, down-to-earth teen who's always willing to lend a helping hand to anyone in need. The football hero being nominated as Homecoming King was no surprise, given that everyone at school loved him. But what Max decided to do with that nomination surely didn't shock the people who knew him, but it was truly unexpected for the rest of us. He was a football hero, but he was also a kind soul. Given that the entire school faculty was in love with the awesome football player with the heart of gold, his nomination was a given. But the only one who didn't really think of it that way was Max himself. He was hardworking, adored by his peers, sure, but he had other plans with his Homecoming King nomination that would make everyone tear up a bit inside. But there's another team member who's just as important as Max in this story. Now, before getting into the story, we'd love to introduce you to KL Norwood, who's the team's manager. Unfortunately, KL wasn't able to participate actively in the team's game as he was born with cerebral palsy, which, as you can imagine, made it quite hard for him to play any kind of sports. Aside from being the team's manager, KL was well liked by his peers too, so he was also nominated as Homecoming King. Despite being born with cerebral palsy, KL led a normal life, always staying active, social, and participating in school activities like any other kid would. KL was pretty sure Max would be crowned Homecoming King, and he was truly looking forward to celebrating his victory, as they were really good friends. During halftime, the plan was to crown Max, but he would make sure this didn't go as planned. So when the game stopped, everyone expected Max to be crowned Homecoming King, along with the lovely Homecoming Queen who was standing right by his side. During the intermission, Max decided to pull a fast one on everyone and halted this sacred teenage ritual to do something really unique. He decided to place the crown on someone who deserved it more. And a good kid all around, Max felt like he didn't deserve to get crowned Homecoming King after all. He was leaning towards a worthier candidate at school, someone Max thought highly of, someone he truly thought was a team player. So with all eyes on him, Max decided to halt the intermission and introduced KL as the new Homecoming King. Everyone choked up a little when Max did the unthinkable. In the moment that made adults tear up inside, Max got on one knee and offered up his crown to KL, who was staring at him, and emotions run deep. Max held the crown up in the air and made sure that KL knew he was passing on the honor of being Homecoming King onto him. Despite choking up a bit and freezing in the moment, KL proceeded to accept Max's gift, and KL simply froze, not believing his eyes. Now the school had a new king, and Max couldn't think of anyone better to represent the crown. KL happily wore the crown and accompanied by the beautiful Homecoming Queen, who also honored him with a dance. But if you're left wondering why Max felt the need to pass on the crown to him and renounce his homecoming title, then you need to keep watching, as the story only gets better. Max didn't crown KL simply because he felt sorry about his disabilities. Oh no, their relationship is a strong one, and Max believes no one's a bigger cheerleader for the school than KL. The entire school was cheering Max when he decided to get down on one knee and offer the crown to KL. According to Max, KL is always positively uplifting everyone at school, and it's his positivity that made him quite popular with everyone. After the new king was crowned, these two had a blast, but KL had a lot to say about Max's actions as well. It was really nice of him to do that, and I'm actually glad he did, but yes, it did surprise me. It made me really happy. Such a beautiful gesture became quite popular online actions as good news travels fast on social media. Max explained, "As corny as it may sound, treat everyone as you deserve to be treated, just like KL does every day." He also made sure to tell everyone to spread a little bit of love and compassion around. His deed got both boys an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Not only did they share their words of wisdom with Ellen's audience, they also became living proof that good deeds do pay off in the end. Ellen gifted the boys $10,000 each.